I spent last 30 days testing different copy trading strategies on SuperX, and I managed to find a method that allowed me to increase my portfolio by over 20% in about a week. So today I'll show you the exact wallet I'm copying, my copy trading settings, and the filters that you can use to find similar wallets yourself. So this is the wallet that I'm copy trading, low risk crypto gainer, and I basically load up my wallet with $300, and right now it's worth $344, which is slightly lower than the P&Ls that I was showing you, where I said that I'm over 20% up on my portfolio. However, recently we had another flash on Bitcoin, so pretty much all my positions are in a loss right now, but I'm not worried because this copy trading strategy will actually allow you to win pretty much every single time. This wallet has 98% win rate, and when you scroll down through all his trades, he's been active for over a year now, and he had only 6 losing trades so far. So even though currently his open positions are in a loss, I'm not worried about it because I know he's eventually going to end up in the profit. And the way this strategy works is very simple. As you can see, he has 138k in his wallet, but he's only using 0.29% of his total portfolio for the trades that he has open. And it works simply because he's just DCAing into position. So whenever the position drops by around 50%, he's buying more, so eventually on the first pump he can sell in profit. And this is exactly the reason why I decided to copy trade this guy. He's using extremely low amounts of his own money to put the trades, but ends up in the profit every single time. However, if you are just starting with, let's say, $100, which personally it would be the minimum amount that I would set for any copy trading, because on Hyperliquid you cannot place trades worth less than $12 in total after you apply the margin. So you'd have to use, for example, with 10x leverage, you would have to use $1.2 of your own money to open a trade, so the position size is worth $12. So this is exactly the reason why you should start with at least $100. However, as you can see, he's using like 0.02% of his margin to make the first buy. So you still won't be able to place the minimal trade that's required on Hyperliquid. However, SuperX allows you to copy trade the wallets with bigger copy size. And this is exactly what I'm doing. So those are my settings for copy trading this wallet. I'm basically using 75x copy size. So when he's using 0.02% of his own portfolio, I'm using 1.5% of my own portfolio because I'm using 75x copy size. And just to be sure that I'm going to copy every single trade he does, I'm using copy when your copy size is less than $12. I selected that I will always buy with at least $12. So with this, I'm actually able to follow every single trade he makes, and I'm just risking higher percentage of my portfolio when copy trading this guy, which allows you to stack the wins way quicker. Another settings that I'm using is stop loss for 90% because I want to leave some room for him to DCA into the position, and I'm just using this in case there's another massive flash like we had on 10th of October, so I don't get completely wrecked. Because on SuperX you're using cross margin, so you are risking that your position will go into negative 100% or more, so you can lose more money than you actually put into trade. So this is the only reason why I'm using stop loss, because I learned this mistake the hard way on 10th of October. Another thing, max margin per trade. It's optional, however, I want to put about 50% of my money maximum into a single trade, and I will show you why in a few seconds. And in the advanced settings, I'm just using my slippage as 1%, just to be sure that I can copy every single trade he makes, because sometimes when the price is pumping and this low risk crypto gainer makes a trade, however, when I try to execute the trade, the price might be already too high, so I increase my slippage from 0.5% to 1%. And that's basically everything you need to execute this strategy on low risk crypto gainer. And it will allow you to quite fast compound your wins copy trading this wallet. And another important thing to point out is that this wallet is a Hyperliquid vault. And vaults are quite interesting because there's a vault leader who is basically executing all the trades, and you can just put your own money there so you can make profits with this person. However, the problem being with the vaults on Hyperliquid is that you have to share 10% of your profits, plus you are freezing your funds inside the vault. But when you are copy trading on SuperX, every single dollar you make is going straight back to your portfolio, and also you can withdraw it at any time. You can close any position you want, so you are not at the mercy for the person you are copying to to close the trades, you can do everything manually if things go south. And I decided to use 75x copy size because his average entry is 0.02%, so I'm going to buy with 1.5%. And I know using 75x copy size is quite risky because on this trade he used 3.58% of his own portfolio, so if I copy traded with 75x, I wouldn't be able to complete this trade, and this is the reason why I put maximum $150 per trade, so I don't end up spending all my money on a single trade. And I basically monitoring all the copy trading activity inside of my Telegram, and actually inside of Telegram I'm monitoring every single transactions he makes, so I can be sure that I'm executing the strategy properly, and I can just manually see and adjust my copy size if I see that the market is moving down, and we need to fix this soon because this guy is only longing. With the filters I'm about to show you in a few minutes, you'll be able to find other wallets that can actually long and short at the same time, but this vault is only longing, so it's very important to do not use very high copy size, which would basically wipe out your whole portfolio, because if you put all your money on that trade where he put 3.40%, you could end up losing it all very quickly. So this is why I actually advise you to do your own calculations. You can even use ChatGPT for that, and if you want to copy all this trading information to feed it to ChatGPT to make some calculations for yourself, all you need to do is just select all the info, copy it, go to Google Docs, paste it in, and right here go to File, Download, and download as CSV file. And CSV files are very easy to read for most LLMs, so you can make more advanced calculations to figure out what is the safe copy size for the wallet you'll be tracking. And on the top of the page you can see that I have multiple wallets set up where you can potentially use the same strategy. So if you want to get the list of those wallets, make sure to join my Telegram channel, link will be in the description, and also in the description you can find a link to SuperX so you can trade with decreased fees. And if anything that I'm explaining on SuperX seems confusing to you, don't worry, I already made a walkthrough video explaining how to use this platform, so make sure to open it in the cards if you want to know how to actually use SuperX. But before I show you the filters that I use to find these wallets, let me quickly remind you about my partnership with Blofin. We are currently running a campaign for new users where you can get up to 200 futures bonus, and make sure to be quick because this promotion is ending November 9th and only first 15 users are eligible, and you can get both the rewards for depositing your money or trading. So if you'd like to get started trading on the best no-KYC centralized exchange, make sure to find the link in the description below to access Blofin. Now let's just show me the filters that I use to find these wallets. And to go to this section, you just need to click on copy trade, select all, and right here you can find every trader on Hyperliquid. And to find the wallets that are running very similar strategy, first you need to set up your profit factor to at least 5. Next, max drawdown all time, select it and set it to up to 10%. Next, trades per day, it should be at least 1. And the last thing is very important, win rate, I set it up as 96% because these traders should have over 96% win rate to actually show that their DCA strategy is working properly. And just by looking at the names of those wallets, you can see that those are exactly the same that I have tracked right here. And let me just show you this one, for example. This is what you want to see on a potential wallet you are tracking. You can expect on the most wallets that they have a dip around October 10th because we had this major flush where over $20,000 were liquidated off the market, but usually those wallets just have nice steady growth in their perpetual PNL. And below, this is the most important thing you need to look out for, is the max margin used per trade, which will help you determine how big your copy size should be. So this person is using 0.10% of his portfolio per trade. So if you use 10x copy size, you will actually use 1% of your own portfolio. So if you wanted to stick to the strategy, which is similar for me on low risk crypto gainer, I would set up copy trading for this wallet for 50x copy size. So your entry will be 1.5% of your own portfolio. However, you have to always triple check if the copy size you are using is going to be dangerous for this trader. And you just analyze it by looking at the max margin used, and if he has, for example, a trade with like 8% of his portfolio used, then you have to be very careful. Just like here, he used 12%, so if you use 10% copy size, you wouldn't be able to copy his trades because you would need more than 100% of your money, which is pretty much impossible. But it was on October 10th, so if we don't get any crazy flash event like we had on October 10th, you should be good. However, it's still something that you have to keep in mind, that this strategy is increasing your risk. Those wallets can be very profitable over time just because they're using very small amount of capital per trade. But when you're copy trading, you are slightly increasing your risk, and if something goes wrong, unfortunately, you are going to lose money, but it is what it is in crypto. However, you can minimize your risk by just applying a lower copy size and making sure that in your copy trading settings, you add a stop loss and also max margin use per trade, and make sure to monitor every single trade that's happening inside of your Telegram bot, because right here you can easily see if something is going wrong. If you have any further questions regarding this strategy, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Also remember to join my Telegram channel if you want to get access to the wallets that I found that you can use this strategy on. And if you are interested in trading meme coins, in this video I'm showcasing a tool which is tracking over 20,000 profitable wallets to figure out which meme coins are the most likely to pump.